Embodied Performance Podcast, episode 41. I'm Nick Markey, Beach Barbell, Physical Therapy, Strength Training. Gym coming very, very soon. Hopefully by the end of this week, we'll be able to get a few people in. We're holding our launch promo and charity drive for Health Possible Incorporated until November 1st. Please check out beachbarbell.com for details. So today's Monday motivation, going to talk about writing it down. So this more skews to the discipline side of motivation, but a strategy you can use to help maybe organize your discipline and then utilize the motivation that you get towards your positive end is writing your schedule down, literally by hand and paper, getting a, maybe simple notebook like you use in school, pen, and maybe near the end of your day, end of your work day, or end of your night, writing down maybe just a rough outline of your next day. So it could be something like, I'll wake up at 7 a.m., I'll go for a walk from 7 to 7:30, then I'll get ready for work, go to work, work from blah, blah, blah. And then after work, I'll do 2 or 3 exercises from, 5:30 to 6. Then I'll make dinner and family time. When you write it down and then sleep on it, you're giving your brain, your subconscious, the ability to sort of work through it as you sleep. Meaning that, maybe that will help kind of stoke some of that motivation, because as we know, motivation can be fleeting. You might have a ton of it, at night, but when you wake up to actually do the thing, it may be lacking. So perhaps if you've already written it down, it's kind of plugged into your brain, your subconscious, as it's working over that, perhaps, it'll draw on some of that motivation. It'll say, hey, well, we wrote it down, so we got to get her done. Obviously, this can apply to a broad range of things. It could be, working out, exercise. It could be just regular daily time management. If you're trying to, be more productive with your time, kind of scheduling out your day, beforehand instead of as you go. And as you're doing this, and getting consistent with it, writing down your sort of your daily schedule or, tasks for the next day, at the end of the previous day, writing down what you're going to do the next day. Of course, you can get, more granular with it, so you can get more specific, from 5:30 to 6 would be eat breakfast and read, the news or read a book or something. You get very specific with it, to the point where you're describing exactly, what you'll do. The actual details within those tasks. Then also we've talked about writing down sort of maybe daily or weekly, monthly, or just, long-term goals. You could sort of link these tasks towards, one of those things. So, if your goal is to get more active, then, maybe you have like a key, like a numbering system. So that maybe it's goal number 1 is, be an active person. So, with that, you can, link that to, going for your walk and, doing some exercises, lifting weights or whatever the next day. If your goal is to read more books, I want to read 5 books by the end of the year or something. You can link that to a goal. If your goal is to watch less TV, you can schedule your time so that TV takes up less and less of that, each week or month or whatever. I want to be I want to be on social media less, spending my time doing, more productive things. So, that could be another goal that you link to, certain tasks or daily items. So I think the important thing is writing it down. And like we've talked about before, just being consistent with that, sticking with that program where you are writing it down and, maybe, like I said, the day before, so that, your brain is working on it behind the scenes while you're doing other stuff. And then when the time comes, perhaps there will be a little bit more energy and motivation to it because, your brain's already been working on it behind the scenes. And also it's sort of a way to hold yourself accountable because, you might tell people, things to try to have them help you hold yourself accountable. You might hire a professional, to hold yourself accountable. But, writing it down is kind of you do it yourself way of holding yourself accountable, not letting down the planner or the scheduler. You don't want to let it down. You don't want to lie because you wrote down what you're going to do, and you don't want to not do that, I guess, unless emergency happens or something. Because you don't want to be, none of us really wants to be a liar or hypocrite, making up stuff. So you'll have a greater likelihood that you'll follow through with it because you wrote it down. So long story short, at the end of your day, or maybe end of your work day, write down the things you need to do for the next day to help prep your mind for those tasks. And so when time comes, it's already been working on them behind the scenes so that you'll be, much more ready for it and, a greater chance of sticking with it and being successful with it. So I think that'll be good for today. Again, I'm Nick Markey, Beach Barbell Physical Therapy Strength Training Gym, coming very, very soon. Like I said, hopefully at the end of this week, I'll be getting some people in. We're holding our charity drive for Health Possible and launch promo until November 1st. Please check out beachbarbell.com for details. Thank you. Bye.